When there's a gap, there's a rank. Myself and Gonzo love ranking off West Ham players, so that's what we're doing in today's episode. One of our most frequently requested shows is, can you rank off what you would do with each player in this squad? Not what we think Graham Potter will do. That's a completely different type of rank. But what I would like to do. Gonzo's done his version over on the forum channel. The link to that video is in the description. It's in the pinned comments, and it will be on the end slate as well. So it's really easy to find. This is my version, my opinions, my show. But we also want your opinions. There's a link to a poll on tier list, which is in the same places, description, pinned comments. Go on there, click on which tier you would put each player. The poll is live for a week. And in a week's time, myself, I'm going to take a look at the results and we'll create a little video about it. If we could get 1,000 of you doing that poll, that would be fantastic, because then we'll get a real good look at what the Hammers Chat subscribers would like to do with each player. Anyway, Gonzo, my friend, you've got the tier list. It's on the screen now. Over to you.
Yeah, so whilst it might be your choice and your opinion, it's definitely my choice in the order in which to do these. So I'm going to start. It's going to be completely random. I will just make a point. I've got two sets of glasses here, and the players are very small. So just to let you know there, so I'm going to have to confer to my phone and have a little look. However, we're going to start with Mohammed Kudus. Geo, what are you doing with him? Controversial.
Unsure. I'd put him in unsure, please. Because a bloody good player, but we're not seeing the best of him at West Ham. So the question is, can we get the best out of him at West Ham under Graham Potter? And I don't know yet. So far, I would suggest there's maybe been some glimpses of improvement, but not enough evidence. But also because I just think if we were to sell him in the summer, we wouldn't get anywhere near as much as what we want or what he's worth. And to replace him, you'd have to use all the money, really. In an ideal world, when you sell a player that you perhaps don't want to sell, it's because you're getting an inflated transfer fee, and you can use that fee to go get maybe two players for that money. If we sold Kudus this summer, I don't think that's applicable. I think you'd replace Kudus with the transfer fee. So I'm putting him in the unsure category, but perhaps leaning towards keep him for now.
Okay, let me throw another one at you.
Go on.
Just because I recognise his pose straight away. Luis Guilherme.
Keep.
Oh.
Yeah, keep. A head coach's challenge is to get the best out of the players and see what they can do and whatnot. And Potter hasn't done it with Guilherme yet. When he's come on, he's looked quite bright. I think we will have a smaller squad next season, I think, just because we don't have European football. So having players on a relatively low wage and a low demand of playing time, I think, can be quite key to how successful you can operate that squad. And I think Guilherme fits that category, actually. I'm looking forward to him. Hopefully he's settled in London now and he's got a bit of a routine in his life, and therefore we can maybe see the better of him.
Do you know which player does this?
No.
Really? Oh, well, you're going to have to choose. It's
Mavropanos, isn't it? Yeah, it's Mavropanos.
Unless I've clicked on someone else.
To be fair, when he's playing, I do it as well. I'm like, watch the game, mate. What would you do?
That's very good.
Watch the striker.
He plays the game like he's doing that.
Salim. One of the sort of unspoken transfer errors I think we've made in recent times is preferring Mavropanos over Harry Maguire. And I know Maguire isn't everyone's preferred defender, but I think he's a really good defender, and he's been a bit of a disaster. So I'd be cashing in pretty quickly, to be honest.
I'll go with this one here. He seems a little bit. I think they've had a different filter on the camera when they've taken a picture of him. Callum Marshall.
Loan him out, please, Gonzo. Have you got a loan one there?
We haven't got.
Oh, we had to make one. So if you click on that cog on the right hand side, just click on one of the cogs.
Yeah.
Add row below or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
You can pick the color. There you go.
Oh, I got that. Okay. So I'm gonna put this loan. Should we call it loan?
Pop that in.
Add row below.
That'll do it. And if you could put Callum Marshall in there for me. Well, you're adding multiple. Click off that. Click one of. Yeah, there you go. You've got two loans now. But
why not? Why not?
Oh, put Callum Marshall.
Hold on. This is what happens when you let me click the stuff. What's happened with Kudus?
Well, I've put him in the unsure. Where's unsure gone?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Hold on. Let me just delete row.
Oh my God!
You got. Are you? Are we restarting the video or not?
No, we're keeping this
Hold
in.
on.
So
what was the?
wait, click off. I'm telling you what to do. Click off that.
Okay.
So on the purple pink square next to Kudus, click on new, not the cog. Click on the letters of the square.
There.
Double click there. And now unsure. And then where it says new, double click on that and put in loan, and then we're off and running again. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies, but we're back running. So if you could put Callum Marshall in loan, please, Gonzo.
I'm not happy with the colours, to be fair. Now, so Callum Marshall is in loan.
Yeah, good loan spells so far. From what I've seen, I think it's quite a big ask for him to step up to Premier League level. And not only that, we've got quite a group of young strikers with Josh Landers coming in and Cummings coming in. I think there's only room for one of those young players that's maybe the third or fourth choice striker at the club. It maybe should be Callum Marshall, but I think he's showing he can go out on loan, get to a new club quickly and make an impression. That's quite a big compliment to him, actually. So I'd get him out for another season.
Speedo Rodriguez.
Sell.
Oh. Fair enough. He's pointing at the football. Let me kick one of those. Is this Danny Ings?
Release, please. Pop him in the release.
Release. He looks a lot like Speedo Rodriguez, probably about as quick as Speedo Rodriguez. Someone who looks pretty grumpy, Geo. Lucas Paqueta with his hands on his hips.
Keep him. As we clarified in Gonzo's video, we're assuming he's innocent at this stage. So I'd keep an innocent Paqueta. I think he's been a wonderful player under Potter, and I think you can give him a lot of benefit of the doubt, which is that this whole process that he's had going on off the pitch has had an impact on the pitch. So if we can have Lucas Paqueta next season with no allegations, with the form he's shown under Potter, I think we could have the Paqueta we thought we were getting. We've seen him briefly, and maybe we could get that version. It's a big ask, but I'd keep him.
Okay. He's pointing at you. Maxwell Cornet.
Sell. Which is, I was very excited when we signed him, but my word, he's been a disaster.
Yeah, he really has, hasn't he? Yeah. Anyway, this should be interesting. Thomas Souček.
I'll put him in unsure. I think we need to have a clear out of the midfield, and that would mean most of the midfield going, but I don't think you can sell all the midfield. So I'm open to selling them all. It's a case of how much can we get for each one. And not every player is going to be wanted by other clubs. So we're going to be stuck with one or two. I'm happy if Souček goes. I'm also happy if Souček stays. So I'm going to leave him in unsure.
Okay, fair enough. Let's try and be... Oh, there you go. This will be a good one. Carlos Soler. At least I think it's Carlos Soler anyway.
Release. I don't want to sign him. He's looked good in about 2 games, and that's just not enough.
A similar celebration, funnily enough, to Mavropanos, although he's cupping it. He's doing a double Allardyce. Todibo, what are you doing with him?
Cape. I really like what I've seen so far. He looks a real classy defender, and I'm excited to see more of him.
Okay, interesting. James Ward-Prowse.
I'd put him in sell. I appreciate he's looked good under Graham Potter, but from what I've just said about midfield, I think we should have sold him a year ago, last summer, instead of loaning him out. That was loaning him out was a huge mistake. But he's come back in, and if he keeps playing the way he has done, I think there will be interest in him. And if we could get above 15 million, closer to 20 million for him, I think that's good value for West Ham. I want to see a complete new midfield at West Ham next season.
I can see your squad's different to mine. Crescencio Somerville.
Keep. The unluckiest player so far under Potter with his injuries. Played excellent for 45, got injured, came back to training, and got injured again. Yeah, unfortunate, but big future.
I'm wondering what they demanded of these poses, because some of them have given a football, some of them haven't. And as with, I think this is Irving, some of them obviously been told by the photographer, can you put your hands on your hips and look a bit grumpy? What are we doing with Irving?
You get to pick what they do.
Oh. All right.
Hence why most of them are goal celebrations, like Ward Prowse. That's his goal celebration. It's Souček's goal celebration.
Well, and that could well be Andy Irving's goal celebration. To be fair, we
Well,
don't know yet.
Nicolas Fulcru's goal celebration at West Ham's get the ball out the net and run back to halfway line because it's a consolation goal to make it 3-1.
It's true. It's true.
Andy Irving, I'm putting in keep. Low cost, hasn't let us down so far. You need players like him in and around the squad. Someone that when he comes on, he'll give 100%, but also doesn't need to start week in, week out. I think those players are quite invaluable, actually. So I'm having him in keep.
If anyone's aware of the GIF where you've got John Travolta in Pulp Fiction and he's looking around like that, you will understand what I mean when I pick Max Kilman next.
I'll put him in keep.
It's hesitant.
Good centre back, but I don't know. There's just I don't know how to describe this. I think he's had an all right season, but there's been a few games I've looked at him and I've just not been. I've been a bit concerned about him actually. I'd certainly give him another year, and he looks really good in the back three. But so far, the few times we played the back four, he hasn't looked too promising. But he did look good under Lopetegui in the back four, in fairness. So I'd keep him, but I don't know. I'm still not sold on him yet.
Right. I don't know what you're going to say now. I am very interested. What I do also want to know is, did Emerson steal Somerville's pose or did Somerville steal Emerson's pose? We'll never know. Where are you going to put him?
Sell. One of the first names on the list for Sal this summer for me, I think. Scarles coming through provides a perfect opportunity, I think, to move Emerson on. Basically, if you were moving on, say Scarles didn't exist and you were moving Creswell on, you've got to go get a new left back this summer.
Yeah.
/ left wing back. You get someone in that's good enough to start week in, week out. You're putting Emerson on the bench, and I think you create a situation there.
Yeah.
But we don't have that because you can sell Emerson, replace Emerson with someone better, hopefully. And Scarles is in theory the guy on the bench, and I don't think that's an issue. So Emerson out, new guy in.
Right. Let me keep a few juicy ones for the end of the video, so we keep people watching. What about? Do you know what? I was actually looking for Nicholas Fulkrug, and I couldn't find him, which is strangely ironic. But he is there. I'm not the first person to do that.
Potter can't find him either.
No, exactly. Who's this bloke?
Zuma.
Right. There you go.
That's why he's not in this season's home kit.
There you go. What would you do with him, who I'd completely forgotten about?
I'm releasing him, Gonzo.
Right.
I'm releasing him.
There you go. I'll tell you what, let's do a youngster. Let's do George Earthy.
Unsure. I'm more on the side of loaning him out at this point in time. But of all the youngsters that would suit the way Potter plays, I think Earthy's possibly the one I would suggest is that guy.
Okay.
So I'd keep him around for pre-season. I wouldn't decide on George Earthy until August time. I'd have a look at him pre-season, see how he gets on, and also how the squad's shaping up. Are we big on numbers in that area of the pitch? If so, then loan him out, because what we can't have is him playing no minutes this season. We can't have George Earthy doing a Guilherme this season. He needs to be playing minutes, whether it's in the first team / under 21s or out on loan, but not just under 21. It's got to be under 21s with a combination of first team minutes next season, or put him out on loan. So I'm leaving it unsure for now, but it's a pre-season evaluation for me.
Okay, from a youngster to a codger, Fabianski.
Keep. For the same reasons you've given, which leads us on to...
You'll have to go and watch that video to find those reasons. No,
yeah.
It's a little trick to get you to watch both videos, basically. Who? Oh, this is Evan Ferguson, just in case you were wondering, like me.
Release. Basically, don't buy him.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it would take something remarkable to change my mind on spending. At the time of recording, the reports are writing one up to 60 million. I wouldn't even pay 40 million for them. So I feel like it's a complete... We're so far apart in valuation of him. I don't think it's even worth a conversation. So I wouldn't want to buy him.
Yeah, okay. Tap in for you, Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Keep.
There you go. Okay, it's a little bit interesting. because you were on the fence. Aaron Cresswellovich.
Well, pop him in unsure. Leave him in unsure. Which, if I did this a month ago, it would be release. So it's progress.
Okay, fair enough. He's on the telephone in this pose. I think that's what's he doing. He looks like he's got the telephone in one hand and the menu from the Chinese takeaway in the other. He's just deciding whether to go with the duck or the chicken in black bean sauce. What are you doing with him?
Well, we'll have to ask Jared Bowen what that celebration's about, because it's like a Spider-Man's hand he does, isn't it? You know, like, so I don't know what he's doing, but definitely keep.
Okay. Ooh, okay, we'll do it. That's okay. Casey.
Loan out.
Okay, loan out. I know where that section is because I created two of them initially. Really, let's down one. Lewis Orford. What are you doing with Lewis?
Loan out as well. I think just needs to. When I watched under 21s recently, the match is quite the under 21 level of football. It's not that physical, and it's quite a slow tempo at times as well.
Yeah,
which is when you're a player like Orford, which is a real crafty, technical, pace dictator, central midfielder. I think it's easy to look good. So let's chuck him somewhere where he's going to get beat up by 30-year-old bruisers in League One and see if he can cope. And if he can, you've got a damn good footballer in your hands.
Absolutely. Talking of 30-year-old bruisers, a clean sheet Wes.
Cape.
Okay. There we go. Freddie Potts.
Cape. He's to replace someone else in the team.
Oh, let me see. Right then. Okay. Very interesting. Naifagerd.
Sell.
Okay.
Fantastic season, but it doesn't change my opinion that he's not suited to the Premier League, and his attitude when he was at the club wasn't very good. So sell, cash in, big money, happy days.
Ollie Scars?
Keep.
Got a nice squad building up there, my friend.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep a little bit of controversy for the end. I think this is Soufal. He's pointing. He's got the Cornet celebration. He's pointing.
Yeah, release. It's actually quite sad to say that you'd release him, to be honest with you, because got a lot of affection.
You said it, not me.
Yeah, but you also said it.
That's
but we've got a lot of affection for him. But
well, clearly neither of us have got that much.
Wonderful, absolute fantastic signing, and Thomas Souček is a damn fine scout.
He certainly is. Okay, I think these are all juicy. The ones remaining. The Loch Ness Fulkrug.
Have you kept him because you know I like him?
No, I've not. I just thought it was interesting. And honestly, first of all, I looked 3 times and I couldn't find him. I actually think his picture is a little bit smaller than everyone else's, but there is a strange irony to not being able to find. Where's Fulkrug?
Remember, they had to Photoshop him in the team picture.
They did, didn't they? Yes, they did. Brilliant.
I'm going to put him in the unsure category. I think I get why people want rid of him. I 100% get it, but I'm a fan of Fulkrug, and as long as he's not the main striker at West Ham next season, I don't have a problem keeping him around.
Okay. Alphonse Areola.
Sell.
Anything to do with a haircut?
Nothing to do with the haircut. Right. If it was, I'd put him in keep because I'm scared of him in case he sends like a gangster around to tie me up and take me to the desert and put a rattlesnake up my trousers and leave me be. But I think there's 2 really good goalkeepers available this summer, and I would like us to go upgrade that position. And
a video for another day, I'm sensing.
Well, I've done a video previously, which is Keller of Liverpool, but there's another one. And I think if we can get one of those 2, I think it's a significant upgrade, partly funded by selling Areola.
Well, make sure you're subscribed to the channel or you might miss those pearls of wisdom from Geo when he reveals his other choice for goalkeeper. He's wagging his finger here because he's unsure of what you're going to say.
Well, I know what I'm going to say. I'm going to release him, Michael Antonio.
Antonio, yes, sorry, I should have said.
I'm going to release him. Yeah.
Harsh and cruel.
Also uncertain of to how he's practically wrapped his car around a tree, and I think it's remarkable that he's able to run, never mind play football again. So well done to him for that. And I hope he goes on to play football again. But if you put the car crash before the car crash, because I think you have to remove that from your thinking. This is different to the situation with Ogbonna. Last season, the season before last, Ogbonna was going to get a new contract. Then he got a significant injury playing football, and the club said, "We're going to give you that contract. That contract we were going to give you, we're going to give it to you anyway."
Okay.
That's not the same situation here. We possibly weren't going to give Antonio a new contract, and also the injury he sustained was through possible dangerous driving. I have little sympathy. That makes me think, you know what, he should get a new deal anyway. I'm glad he's made a recovery, but before that car crash, if the question was, would you give Antonio a new deal? My answer would have been a firm no. And I'm sticking with that, so it's a no for me.
Well, the tree could have attacked the car. There is always that as well, by the way, Geo. Somebody finally who, and I'm wondering when I'm seeing this post, if he's basically, by doing this to his shirt, he's saying, can I have mine chopped up like Antonio does? Edson, I had no idea what you're going to say. Edson Alvarez.
I'm going to put him in unsure. For the same reasons as Souček, I'm willing to sell him. If he's here next season, good. If we sell him, we'll get a good fee for him in the summer, also good. I almost don't mind which it is. I think I'd sell one of Alvarez and Souček, and I think I'd retain the other one. I don't have a great preference as to which. I think there's pros and cons to each player. If someone says Alvarez is a better player, I'm not going to disagree. But I'd perhaps argue that Souček is more committed to West Ham, and I feel like Alvarez wants out anyway. I've always had a suspicion. The minute you arrived, he was talking about Bayern Munich, so I think his ambitions are greater than what West Ham can offer him, and I've got no problems with that. It's just a case of, can West Ham then make money on the transfer? At this point in time, I'm not sure we can, but I want to rip this midfield up ahead of next season. I think the defence needs tweaking. I think we need a new striker. Our attacking midfield looks good, pending, but I think that middle of the pitch, I think we need to rip it up. So Potts is to replace Rodriguez, and I'd look to sell Ward-Prowse. Saying that, if we sold Souček and Alvarez and kept Ward-Prowse, I wouldn't be too against it. But I think we need two central midfielders to come in this summer and just have a revamp. Liverpool did it in one summer. They revamped the midfield completely. Outwent Naby Keita, outwent Jordan Henderson, outwent Fabinho. In came McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, and Endo. Revamped the midfield in one go, and I think West Ham need to do a little bit of that this summer. So that's why I'm willing to some of them.
Well, there you go. There's your tier list. I think if we're looking for a headline, why I think Wes Foderingham is better than Evan Ferguson, I think that would be a good one. Gio's spoken about ripping up the midfield, but he's only selling two of them. So a bit of a contradiction there. And I think finally he's suggested that if you take the mask off of Spider-Man, it may well be that it's Jared Bowen that you find underneath. All in all, I think a good ranking off then, Gio. Would you like to end your video, my friend?
Yeah, just to remind people, go do the poll, please. The more people that do it, the better. If we only get 100 results, it's all right. But, hundreds, please. If we could have hundreds. We're going to make a video about the results. It will be on Patreon, but it will be free to access, so you don't need to be a patron. It's just somewhere for us to hide it so people don't. We put up on YouTube, we wouldn't get that many views, essentially. So we chuck up on Patreon. You can go watch it if you really care about it. That's where we'll house it. So, yeah, thank you very much. Anyway, thank you very much for joining in. Gonzo's video, poll, everything you need in pinned comments. Myself and Gonzo, we'll catch you in a bit.